Weapon, an item used in battle with the intent to kill, hurt, or destroy an adversary. A club, mace, or sword are examples of weapons that can be shock weapons when held in the hands. It could also be a missile weapon that is propelled by chemical, mechanical, or muscular power, like a rocket or missile, or a gun, like a cannon, rifle, or pistol, or by muscle power, like a javelin, sling, or bow and arrow. The Bronze Age is when humans are known to have first created weapons with specific purposes. Maces, which were essentially rocks mounted on sticks, were of dubious value as hunting implements but were ideal for breaking other humans' bones and skulls. The sword first appeared later in the Bronze Age. Since then, weapons have been improved to increase the user's capacity for killing while reducing the target's capacity for revenge. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to talk about the top 10 weird military weapons in the world. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. PHASR. The Personnel Halting and Stimulation Response Rifle, PHASR, created by the American Department of Defense, is a non-lethal weapon intended to confuse and stun enemies rather than kill them. The PHASR is a light-based firearm that can be used by both American law enforcement, police, and soldiers. Through the use of laser beams, the weapon temporarily blinds opponents. People who look at the laser lights, which have alternating wavelengths, become disoriented and are unable to stand, let alone fight. The good news is that the laser light used in this weapon does not cause any long-term harm to people's eyesight. Number 9. Golf Ball Grenade. The V-40 fragmentation grenade, though it is no longer in use, was a unique weapon used by the American military from the 1960s to the mid-1980s. It was small, about the size of a golf ball, and stood out for its compact design. To be exact, soldiers used to call it a mini-frag. It had a 1.5-inch diameter and a height of 2.5 inches. A safety pin and lever were used by the V-40 just like a regular-sized grenade, despite its small size. It was also extremely lethal. In addition to being dangerous up to 300 meters from its point of impact, the golf ball grenade was deemed lethal up to a 5-meter radius. The small size of the weapon, however, made it risky for soldiers to use, so it was eventually discontinued. The mini-frags were challenging to handle and vulnerable to exploding suddenly due to the short fuse time and small pins. Number 8. The Active Denial System. The Active Denial System, another non-lethal weapon designed to help disperse crowds, emits an electromagnetic beam that is invisible to the naked eye but causes people's skin to burn, causing them to flee. The Active Denial System, also known as the Goodbye Effect by senior military officials and a heat ray by scientists, has a 500-yard range and is capable of heating water molecules on a person's skin to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Controversial in some circles and dubbed a form of torture by some people, the Active Denial System has proven extremely effective. Security experts expect that the system will eventually be used alongside other non-lethal crowd control methods such as tear gas, water cannons, and rubber bullets. Number 7. Digital Revolver. The Armatix Digital Revolver looks like it belongs in a science fiction film, and a variation of it was recently seen in a James Bond movie. This technologically advanced pistol has a digital safety feature that can only be turned off if the user is also donning a unique wristwatch that transmits the unlock signal to the gun. Only after the user unlocks the wristwatch with their fingerprint does it become operational. This means that the gun can only be fired by the owner, preventing potential thieves from using the weapon. Additionally, it means that the owner of the revolver cannot be attacked with it. This strategy, according to many gun experts, is the way of the future and a fantastic way to ensure gun safety. It will be interesting to see how frequently this digital revolver is used. Number 6. China Lake Grenade Launcher. The China Lake Pump-Action Grenade Launcher, also known as the NATIC, is a pump-action grenade launcher created by the Special Projects Division of the Naval Air Weapons Station China Lake, which provided weapons to U.S. Navy SEALs. In 1992, Samuel Dutch Hillenberg, a firearms writer specializing in military weaponry, teamed up with master machinist Brian Fossey to create an upgraded version of the weapon. In 2003, they had a breakthrough when they persuaded fellow writer and guns aficionado Captain Monty Mendenhall to fund their research. By 2004, they had a working prototype and had established Trident Enterprises wallet to carry on with the project under government patent. Trident has produced 9 China Lake replica launcher receivers by 2009. These launchers were distinct from the 10 Trident launchers included with the Airtronic transaction. When compared to the original, the CSG/Trident China Lake launchers have increased reliability and improved cycling of action. Most flat-headed screws were also replaced by hex-headed screws by CSG. On the CSG launchers, the buttstock recoil pads are solidly filled rather than ventilated for padding as on the original China Lake launchers. After the contract for a Marine Corps replacement grenade launcher was canceled in October 2009 with the selection of the M32, Ryan Fossey sold his improved military demonstration CSG/Trident China Lake grenade launchers to private parties, citation required. Number 5. M2 Stinger. That is exactly how a few U.S. Marines devised and produced the Stinger light machine gun, LMG, in the run-up to the Iwo Jima invasion in 1945. The Browning .30 caliber and /M2, salvaged from a wrecked or otherwise unusable aircraft, was converted for infantry use. It was unwieldy, and because it was supposed to be cooled by the air rushing past it while in flight, it overheated quickly. Even with such flaws, it was a formidable weapon, with a rate of fire at least double that of the conventional Browning machine guns available to the Marines at the time. 6 Stingers were constructed and were officially approved for use in battle at the battalion level. After seeing how effective the weapon was during the invasion of Iwo Jima, there was even consideration of mass-producing and distributing the Stinger. However, the war ended before such a plan could be implemented. Number 4. The Railgun. An electromagnetic railgun that can fire a projectile faster than the speed of sound is being developed by the U.S. Navy. This shipboard weapon, officially known as the 8 megajoule electromagnetic railgun, is capable of firing at Mach 8, which is 5,000 miles per hour or 8 times faster than the speed of sound. You might ask, what could such a weapon possibly be used for? The Navy intends to employ it as anti-aircraft and anti-missile weaponry, as well as to defend warships. The railgun, however, is so potent that it has the ability to put a spacecraft into orbit as well, and from a distance, the railgun can fire on an entire battlefield. Fun fact: the DeLorean time machine in the film Back to the Future was powered by a component known as a flux capacitor, which powers the railgun internally. A case of science and fiction colliding. Number 3. XM25 Punisher. After more than 2 decades, the U.S. Army says it has finally canceled a program to create the XM25, a future 25mm grenade launcher capable of blasting computerized, programmed munitions nicknamed the Punisher. However, as part of a legal settlement with the lead contractor, Orbital AC, now part of Northrop Grumman, the service now owns the weapon's technical design package and has the option of hiring a different company to restart the project in the future. The U.S. Army initially disclosed the project's demise in an August 2018 statement to Stars and Stripes. The service stated that after striking an agreement with Orbital AC, it formally stopped work on the XM25, also known as the Individual Semi-Automatic Airburst System, ISAAS, or Counter Defilade Target Engagement, CDT, system on July 24, 2018. Number 2. Vomit Gun. In the movie Minority Report, do you recall the police officer's use of 6 sticks? Anyone who came in contact with the sticks would immediately start to vomit. Unbelievable as it may seem, a real vomit gun has been developed. The U.S. Navy and Invoken signed a contract in 2007 to create a weapon that affects a person's hearing at equilibrium using radio frequency. Anyone hit by the vomit gun immediately becomes extremely queasy and pukes. At the same time, the Science and Technology Department of the Department of Homeland Security hired Intelligent Optical Systems to create an LED incapacitator that emits a quick pulse of various colored lights to also induce nausea, headaches, and vomiting. Number 1. The Corner Shot Rifle and Grenade Launcher. The ability to see and fire weapons around corners has always been one of the biggest issues soldiers face in combat. This is particularly challenging in contemporary warfare because urban environments are used frequently. However, American soldiers are now equipped with a weapon that allows them to see and fire around corners. The weapon, known as the Corner Shot, is available in 2 configurations, a semi-automatic pistol and a grenade launcher. The handle and trigger remain fixed and stationary, while the barrel of the weapon can pivot to the left or right thanks to a hinge in the middle of the device. Additionally, the weapon has a camera attached so that soldiers can see what they are shooting at from a distance. The Corner Shot has gained such widespread acceptance that it is now used by militaries and law enforcement organizations in 15 nations. That's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumb up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.